Hey y'all, how we doing? I'm so excited to be here. I'm really excited to be here because I just finished the circuit. This was my second workout for today, and then I remembered I had not gone live, and I was like, I needed to hop on here. But yeah, that workout I felt like almost took me out. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. I probably will have a very hard time walking tomorrow because we did a whole bunch of leg work today. So we'll see how that happens, which is going to bring me into this next lesson because I'm going to need to practice this on the trainers tomorrow. And that is forgiveness. I'm going to need to forgive them for the pain that I'm feeling every time I have to walk tomorrow. So let's hop into what forgiveness truly is. Okay. So yesterday we talked about what it is not. So today I want to talk about what it is. And so now that we understand that forgiveness isn't about spending time with toxic people or giving your power away, it's time to look at what that really means to forgive someone. Very simple. Forgiveness is what everybody I've ever worked with and everyone I've ever talked to all wants, and that is freedom. Yes, everybody wants freedom. So forgiveness is freedom from having what happened always on your mind. It's freedom from anger and fear. And it is freedom from having to grit your teeth every time you see them, right? It's like you see them and it's just like you feel like you're just going to come through the bottom of your mouth. You're gritting so hard. We just going to let all that go because that's not healthy for us, right? And as difficult as forgiveness can be, it lightens up the load on our mind and it brings peace to our heart and it frees us to move forward to the future. Now, isn't that what we want? Don't we want to move past all that hurt and pain and just move on to the future where we're appreciated and loved and honored and respected? That sounds so much more possible when we're forgiving, and it sounds like it's something that we truly want, right? So here's the thing: refusing forgiveness affects every area of our life because holding on to pain and resentment has major negative effects upon you. All right. And what happens is you'll usually find yourself easily distracted by the pain, and this limits your ability to be fully productive. And that means you also miss the joys of life. And when you relive what has happened, your body reacts as if you just experienced the pain all over again. And then you feel like a victim. And then you have difficulty accessing your inner strength. And if no one has told you this, I'm about to tell you, and you might not like it, but holding on to emotional pain weakens you. Yeah. So when all these people talk about, oh, being vulnerable is a weakness, no, it's not. Holding on to the emotional pain is what weakens you. That's what's weak. Okay. You are like the powerful elephant prevented from moving because it believes the little chain around the ankle controls its life. That is what happens when we don't let go of forgiveness. So I'm going to pull up my notes. Give me a second. Okay. So we're going to go into and examine more deeply what forgiveness gives you. Okay. So number one, forgiveness gives you the power to move into the future. Hello, future. Hello, love and happiness and abundance because I'm coming for you. Okay. Because when you're hurt, no matter how badly, you can feel like you're carrying around a ball and chain. So, for all those people that feel like they're stuck and they don't know where to go, this is why you hold it so tightly that you're forgotten how to release it. So, if you allow it, that wound can unlock you into pain and keep you from seeing the beauty in life. And when you release the pain, guess what you do? You take your hand and you unlock that chain and you unchain yourself. You throw away the chain, the key, and anything attached to it. And then your body responds with a, and it releases the energy. Guess what this now does? It allows you to make plans for the future and open your heart to reviving neglected relationships and meeting new people, because sometimes based on what's going on and when you get depressed and hurt, you neglect some very important relationships that mean a lot to you. And so now you can open up your heart to reviving those relationships and meet new people. The second thing it does is that we are no longer defined by that wound. That wound no longer has control. And forgiveness allows you to be amazing and wonderful because that's the person that you are. So before you release the pain from that terrible hurt, you're defined as the one whose partner betrayed you or whose boss falsely accused you and fired you, right? So avoid being defined what happened to you. Define yourself by overcoming what happened and be more successful and happier than anyone thought you could be. It's like you give them that middle finger, like, no, I won. Yay, me, right? And when you're not focused on the past, guess what? You'll find the path to happiness. And this is an amazing plug. And if you want to find your path to happiness, I will put a link into the chat to where you can actually go take a free course that I offer that is called Path to Happiness. All right. But going back to Path to Happiness. Okay. You want to find that. You'll be able to find that when you're not focusing on what happened back there and the gifts and talents that you've forgotten about, and the strength to look at fear in the eye and to be able to go right through it, right? Because the pain will have changed you, but when you release it, you choose to determine what happens to you, not someone else. So you're taking back that control, okay? The third thing that forgiveness does is when you forgive the other person, that other person no longer has control of you. When you don't forgive, the person who hurt you has control of you. They're on your mind, occupying your thoughts, sapping your energy, perhaps determining where you go, who you see, what you do, and they don't have to say a word. How many times have you avoided going somewhere because you didn't want to see somebody or you were afraid that that person's going to show up, right? So they're still controlling you. They're still controlling your life. And they ain't said one word to you. Enough of that crap. Choose to not let them control your thoughts or your emotions anymore. And you letting go demonstrates that they can't control you. You control what you hold on to and what you release. All right. The fourth thing is you get to make the powerful choice of releasing the pain and moving into freedom. You no longer will be caught in a victim consciousness. And victim consciousness has you believing that you are powerless and making it difficult for you to have positive steps for the future. Nobody don't want that. Nobody don't want to be sitting in a victim consciousness at all. And you demonstrate what a powerful person you are to let something go that other people can't. It takes a great personal power to forgive, and you are a powerhouse. So embrace your personal power, right? Because guess what? No longer will you be hyper vigilant, fearing similar injuries in relationships, because your true self will shine through improving current and future relationships. Doesn't that sound freaking amazing? And number 5, which is my favorite. All right. Your physical health improves. When you forgive, there are powerful changes in your body, which will lead to a healthier and longer life. As you know, I'm a psychosomatic practitioner. I help individuals heal from diseases and disorders and addictions based on all the emotions that create those things. All right. And so, in my studying, what I've learned is there are so many decades from biologists and medical researchers that have discovered the power of the mind body connection. They have found that holding on to emotional pain affects the body mentally, emotionally, and physically. The Mayo Clinic, which you all heard of that, which is one of the premier medical clinics in the world, they identify the following changes with forgiveness. So for all those people that have high blood pressure, guess what? Practicing forgiveness lowers your blood pressure. For all those people that catch any cold, out that sneeze, that anything that can happen, guess what forgiveness does? Gives you a stronger immunity system. Guess what else it does? It gives you better heart health and less stress, which improves your digestion, your sexual response, your sleep. Hello, all those people that have problems sleeping at night, all those people that have acid reflux. I'm giving you the free medication. And on top of all of this, it lowers your risk for anxiety and depression. Hello. This is golden. I forgave any and everything, including myself. That all the people that have hurt me, I forgave myself for all the people that I've hurt. I forgave myself for all the self abuse that I've done. I forgave everything, everything, because I almost died from not being able to forgive and not checking in with my emotions. Like my body was falling apart. And when I started forgiving and starting to pay attention to my emotions and starting to heal my emotions, became healthy. I don't I'm not on medication anymore. I was on 21 bottles of medication. I am on 0. And I did it this way. So I know it's possible. And all the clients that I work with that have these things, it is possible. I'm watching it happen. They're watching it happen. And it's amazing to see. So I'm giving you some of the best medication. And guess what? All the side effects of this are positive. You don't have to go get on another medication to counteract the medication that you're on. Sounds good, right? So the other thing that it does is it improves our relationships. And guess what happens when we improve relationships? We strengthen our immunity system. Why? Because we've increased the feel good chemicals in our body and reducing the stress. And that opens us up for more love and happiness. And guess what happens when we have more of that? We get more of those feel good chemicals in our body, and they get rid of that other stuff. So If you have not seen nothing else, you can now see that forgiving someone is one of the most powerful choices that you can make to improve your life physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This makes positive changes in your relationship. Okay? So, what I want you to do is I want you to get real curious to all this hurt and pain and all these people that you walking around mad at, can't believe they've done this stuff to you. Forgive them. Just let it go. Okay? It's not benefiting you. And they probably really don't care that you're over there suffering. All right? All right. I love you guys. And welcome to my rural and rugged conversations. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.